For time beyond memory, people have experienced at first hand physical, visual, and auditory events which could not be explained, and so it was feared. Today, we call this the paranormal. Our podcast will delve into this world of the unknown. So sit back and join Tina, Jake, Chris, and Bill and journey into the darkness with us. Welcome to Paranormal Researchers Ireland podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 18 of Paranormal Researchers Ireland podcast. So there's myself, Tina, Billy, Chris and Jake here this evening, and we've decided to have a little chat to Jake today. So Christopher
Go on to Jake.
is going to give us an intro.
Yeah, how you doing, guys? So Jake has no idea. Like the last 3 episodes, if I remember correctly.
It's like This Is Your Life.
Yeah. So Jake has no idea what questions we're going to ask him tonight, and this is going to kind of science in and deliver this little, what would we call it, period of our podcast episodes, as they say. So Jake, to start off, what got you into, or what interested you to look into the paranormal, so to speak?
Well, for ever since I was young, Tina, my mother, had the ghost hunting shows on the telly all the time.
Okay.
Well, a lot. And
Not watch CBeebies, no?
no, none of that.
I had him and his bouncer in front of Most Haunted.
Poltergeist.
His first words were, "It's behind you."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Children of the Corn was his favourite film.
yeah. That's where my fondness came of Zach Baggins and the boys, but yourself. I know, I was around it from when I was young, so I mean, it just sparked an interest, and I'm mad interested in history. So history kind of in Ireland, it goes hand in hand with paranormal as well.
Yeah, because I can remember you. How long are you on the team now, actually? Actually, Billy, we never voted him in, did we?
I got
Jake
the
just
VIP.
we voted
appeared.
him out.
We voted him out, actually.
No, I got a VIP spot.
Jake
He
just
actually did
appeared.
get a VIP, he did.
Jake didn't have to go through the
No,
trial period, as they say.
Hey, I did have a big folder and all.
I did have a big folder.
that
Yeah,
was
but
called
did you look
school,
through the
Jake.
folder?
Everyone went there.
I didn't go there much now.
But no, because I do remember. Yeah, I remember. Like you're on the. How long are you on the team now, actually?
Well, I was probably kind of helping out and tagging along, not investigating or anything serious from when I was 15 or 16.
Okay.
Just helping out with the events and,
And the next, because that's kind of leading into my next question. What was your initial thought when you did actually take the plunge, so to speak, and start investigating? Like, what was your? I know you'd been kind of exposed to it in a sense of being there, but you didn't actually do the investigating side of it. Like, what was your initial thoughts on it?
Well, it wasn't like a brand new thing,
Yeah.
because as you said, I was around it
Yeah.
for a good while.
Like, was it?
It wasn't a very big change.
Yeah. Did it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, did it scare you in a sense, or did it, like, were you worried or anything like that? Like, when I say worried, by the way, I mean worried by, like, what way you were going to do it, or what way, you know what I mean?
Like nervous.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of at the start I was just bunking in with people.
Yeah. I was obviously your favourite.
Maybe.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That was a great episode. Thank you, Jake.
Maybe. No, it was.
That night when we went up to the Hellfire Club, were you nervous that night? Do you remember that night where there was whistles and all when we were coming down? Because you were quite young then.
No, I wasn't nervous. No,
Like-
I was.
Yeah, no, I
It
thought you...
would be.
I actually
Oh.
think I remember you laughing a lot when we were there.
It
Well,
wasn't.
laughter is a sign of nerves,
Yeah.
isn't it? Am I right? I'm not genuinely not.
Yeah.
It could be a sign of
yeah.
nerves, yeah.
Could be.
But no, I wasn't. I was just nervous because I knew there was people It wasn't like paranormal. You know, I wasn't like scared.
Mm.
See, I wasn't there that night.
No.
That's the night. Tina always says, "Weren't you there that night?" I wasn't there that night.
Were you not
I
there tonight?
know.
No.
Why
No,
weren't
no.
you there?
That was another one where I'd be getting Mother of the Year again. I remember thinking Jake was up there and this sort of kicked off, and I thought, shit.
That
He had a
was
good bunch of men around him, though, in fairness.
Yeah, right.
There was a lot of people.
that was pre my time down PRI, wasn't it?
I don't think.
I don't think
so.
it
No,
was.
I don't think
Was
so.
it?
No,
Maybe
it's
I
just.
was. I just can't remember.
I don't know. I can't remember. Just a brief kind of thing. We were all over the Hellfire Club, and a man came in that we didn't know, and it ended up that he had a big knife in his bag.
Yeah.
So we just decided to leave and walk down through the woods, and it was at the Hellfire Club before all the trees were taken down on the way up. So it was kind of on the trail. It was just dense woods, and we heard loads of like screams, whistles and all in the woods. You know, there was lots of people. You would be kind of a bit nervous. So I can't remember being like
He had
petrified.
mentioned he was meeting people off the internet, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
meeting
You
people
were
off
like,
the
what
internet.
No,
is
I
he
definitely
doing?
wasn't there that night. That's a
Weirdo
different night.
people, weird people.
If you had been, you'd have sorted him out anyway, Chris, in fairness.
I would have politely talked to him and said, "Listen here, my good fellow." But yeah, so where was your first, I suppose, because I think I asked Tina this as well, where was your first structure that you like officially investigated with PRI?
Jesus. It was probably Wicklow Jail, wasn't
I
it?
was just about to
Yeah, it was
say
probably
Wicklow
Wicklow
Jail.
Wicklow Jail, was
Yeah.
it? Wicklow Jail? Oh, very good.
There was a good few kind of ones that weren't publics that we done.
Yeah.
That we can't. I don't know. We can't say the name of. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
No,
There was a
that's
few,
that's
but,
absolutely fine. Very good. Wicklow Jail. And what was your thoughts on that?
I used to really enjoy Wicklow Jail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely it was.
It's a place with a lot of history, and there's a lot of things to investigate in it, isn't there?
Yeah, yeah. Just so much history.
Here's the question for you. You've been to a lot of locations that are inverted brackets, or what is it called? You know, what's it called?
Quotes?
Quotes. Sorry. Jesus. Take two. You've been into a lot of places that quote are haunted. What's your thoughts on that?
Just being in the places.
Yeah, do you believe that there is something there, or is there any place that you kind of think there's definitely something in this place that you've ever been to?
Well, I'm just gonna kind of say what everyone said at this point. I think Loftus Hall is the main one for me.
Why
Yeah,
is
the
that?
opportunity. It will.
Why is that, do you think? Like, do you think there was something in Loftus Hall?
Everybody had some sort of personal experience in Loftus Hall, and I'd be, you'd hear something, right? And the way I'd think is, I wouldn't think ghosts straight away.
Yeah.
I'd think, what else could it have been? Debunk it, run through everything. Who's over there? Walk up, see if the floors are creaking by themselves. Old house, that kind of stuff. But there was definitely a few moments in Loftus Hall where you just couldn't debunk it, and
I agree, yeah.
they'd sway the mind more towards believing than not believing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, I don't know, I couldn't say I'm like a firm 100%
You're on the
believer.
fence.
Kind of, yeah, not 100%, but up there,
And let's say, to me, there's different types of investigating, right? Out of curiosity, what is your favourite type? So there would be sensitive, and then like electrical, where people would use,
Yeah.
the scientific way. And so what route would you go down? Which route would be the one that you'd prefer in investigation?
So you're investigating with equipment. You really have to know how to use that equipment to investigate with it. If you go in, right, let's just say a K2, if you go in and you don't know what you're looking at, someone in the room could have their phone on. That makes the K2 go off, Or if you don't know the location, and there could be, I don't know, a power box on the outside of the room. Like
That'll spike it
K2's
too.
going off.
Yeah.
The likes of the SLS camera, if if you're pointing the SLS camera, if you're walking around with it and you find an exact place where like a body structure is coming up, and that's the only place that it is and it doesn't move, you have to turn on your light and you have to look, right? It could be, you know, that wardrobe
or a chair
or something.
anything.
So
you have to know what you're doing.
when you know how to use the equipment and you're not just kind of winging it and any kind of beep it makes, you're just believing. I do like investigating with equipment.
You'd be down that route more.
I'd be kind of 50-50. Like, I'd go the route with no equipment as well, because I mean, your senses are more powerful than any equipment you have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you know kind of what you're looking for, then it's more. What word am I looking for? More.
Or validation.
Yeah, more of validation. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've done both a lot, and even the likes of the pendulum and glass work. I feel like if you brief everybody in your room on how to do it, and you keep an eye on everyone, you know what I mean? Like,
because you have to really trust the people you're with to do the glass work. You have to really trust them.
I have to ask this question because I know our listeners will definitely want to know the answer to this. Do you like investigating with your mother?
And then ask us the same question.
you got your
No,
time.
genuinely. Like,
Does it make it more difficult?
does it yeah, exactly.
No, I wouldn't be nervous if she was in the room. Like,
Do you trust Tina when you're investigating with her?
100%.
That was a quick yes.
Oh no, I'm genuinely.
I would, 100% if I was investigating with somebody and I saw things that weren't right, you know, manipulating equipment to make them go off, or manipulating people to thinking something's happening. I wouldn't stand for it, like, you know, because it's just making what I believe in, you know, it's just making
into a laugh.
We have called people out on it before.
Oh, we've called people out, people who have paid their money.
Yeah.
The next question I'd have for you, which is obviously a great answer. Did you learn anything off PRI as a team, in regards to, like, again, I fully respect you've been around a long time with us, but do you feel like you learned something off us from the different people that you? Because I remember going back in the day, like, if you sent in with Billy, then you sent in with me, then you sent, do you know what I mean? Like, did you learn from that, if that makes sense?
100%. Even, let's say you have a new job, right?
Yeah.
You know, and you're working with different people, you're going to learn a skill or a method off each one of them people.
Yeah.
That are going to.
You'll never know everything.
That'll, like, just like I worked in a bookies and I worked with a lot of different people. And everyone you work with, you learn a different method of doing something. Or
Everyone has their own style.
Exactly.
And you find your own,
And that's the best way to learn. 100%, that's the best way to learn.
Um,
Because if you're just learning the one method the whole time, you're kind of narrowing. You're kind of narrowing your horizons to, like.
And that's true, because in paranormal, I always say there's nothing proven. So you could be going around the whole time doing one particular way. We don't even know if that way works, because it's not proven or it's not disproven. So
you see, that's no, you're dead
you're
right.
really trying to get reactions. That's why you're doing the different ways.
That's why I think we all do have definitely different styles of investigating, and I think that's something that definitely Jake benefited from, because
seeing everybody.
You did get it, to be fair. You went around like a lot of different people, like a lot of different groups and all that kind of stuff. So it is actually good to, like, sit down and have a chat and say that actually did benefit you. You know what I mean?
100%.
Now here's now I know I've asked a question like that, but were you ever scared and all that? But was there ever a time? Because I asked you as well, Tina, if you ever want to call it. Remember I asked you that as well. But was there ever a situation, Jake, where you said, "Jesus, I'm in over my head here.
Yeah, I want this situation gone.
I want this gone. I've had enough. Like, I can't handle it." Do you know what I mean? Has there ever been a time like that?
I can think of one where I actually got a bit of a fright.
Okay.
It was in Loftus Hall.
Okay.
As everything is.
As it is, I know.
We spent years there, like a lot of our kind
Jake was reared enough to school.
I was, But
Jake's surname is Loftus.
It's on his birth
on my birth cert.
Place of
Yeah.
residence.
Yeah. But yeah, I was there with a few friends of mine, and Chris was there, Tina was there,
That's
and
right.
it was just a few friends, so there was probably seven of
Yeah.
us in the whole house, and 3 of us walked up to the top floor, which is up the back staircase, and it's one way up, one way down. But 3 of us walked up, and we were walking along, just kind of quietly looking in the rooms as you walked along, and everyone at the exact same time just turned around. We all heard clear as day footsteps coming up the hall right behind us.
Just freaks me out.
You just didn't like that floor anyway. You
No.
genuinely didn't like that
And I
floor.
know that corridor he's talking about, the
Yeah.
hallway. The hallway just always
That
freaks me out.
ceiling at a slant when you're
Yeah.
walking down. Like, and that
And that's
door,
where it was, Jake, was it? Along that
The long
corridor
hallway
with
on
the
the
slanted
top
roof,
floor with
yeah.
the slanted
Yeah.
roof.
That's
and
exactly it.
That's disorientating.
yeah, it was. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
is that the right word?
But
Yeah.
it wasn't a case where one of us heard it and then convinced everyone else that
Oh,
it
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
Everyone at the exact same time heard it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did get a bit of a fright there because
You knew nobody was there.
everyone else was down,
Yeah.
you know, by the staircase,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the main staircase, or in the cafe.
Yeah.
There was nobody else. There was probably 3 of us in the main house at that point. Like,
Yeah, because what the listeners need to understand is when the team go to a location and Jake obviously went upstairs, the team don't follow people up to scare them. Like,
oh, Jesus.
when they
There's
know
no point.
when they
Yeah.
know they're looking at something, they leave them alone. Everyone
Mm.
does their own thing.
But it's situations like that Jake has just explained that keeps you in doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you need those little frights, even if it's only one every few
Yeah.
years. You need them because you know that happened. You know you haven't got it on record and you haven't got it on camera, but it's personal experiences like that definitely
That whole
keep you
night,
interested.
that whole night was quite odd. I was only with one of the lads that was there the other night, Oisin. He listens to this every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and he says he waits for episodes to come out. He's impatient.
Good lad,
like.
Oisin.
Fair
Good
play
lad,
to him.
Yeah, he
Oisin.
loves
Good man,
it.
O'Sheen, our one listener.
But I was,
There's the one listener.
there's
Fair play
Oisin,
to you.
but yeah, he even said the other night that that's something that he'll never forget. And after that, he's been looking into it himself. You know,
Has he? Yeah.
You see,
It
I
really
love
sparked an
that.
interest. Yeah.
You know, young lads, Jake's
Yeah.
age and things like that are coming up now and they'd have the interest as
Yeah.
well. You know, I love that because that's a whole other generation looking into things, and
Yeah.
you know what I
And
mean.
it's good because a lot of people ask me about it. You know, you'd be out, whatever, you'd run into old friends and they'd be asking you, "Oh, I seen you done that and this," and
Yeah,
explaining
yeah.
all. But this was a personal experience for him that sparked his interest. So I didn't
So
convince him to
I have
believe in it.
to. I know. I'm sorry, Billy. Do you wanna
Okay,
ask? No,
it's fine.
do you want to ask?
no,
Okay.
I was just gonna say, so your friends are they all think it's cool that you're in.
Oh yeah,
paranormal,
100%. Yeah.
I suppose I have to ask because I wouldn't be doing it justice if I didn't. Would you like to hazard a guess what that possibly could have been?
Honestly, it was clear as day. Footsteps. It wasn't a door closing. You know, like with a breeze. It wasn't something dropping.
Yeah.
Like it was clear as day.
There's no echoes in
Footsteps.
Like
that because of the way it's built. There's no
Yeah.
echoes in it, so it's not somebody downstairs walking and
So, as far as
you're 3
you-
flights up. So
Yeah,
if
3
somebody is
flights.
walking downstairs, you're not going to hear them.
When
Yeah,
you
you're not
go
gonna hear 'em.
upstairs to the top floor and you walk down that hallway, you're the furthest point away from the coffee shop
Yeah,
than anywhere else in the house.
Yeah,
It's the
you're-
furthest point
yeah,
away.
yeah.
and you know that stairwell, the bottom of that stairwell used to always freak me out.
Mm.
The very bottom floor going up.
Oh yeah.
I just never liked that.
Mm.
Never
Yeah.
liked it.
As far as you're concerned, there was someone else there or something else there.
Well, from what we done, we checked that anything
Yeah.
fell. We tried to come
You've
up
never
with
debunked
we
it.
tried to come up with an explanation as much as possible.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Mm.
It was very interesting. Yeah,
Interesting.
So that's where
uh,
we cut that EVP on that floor of the. Remember the noise that continued?
Mm.
We
yeah,
cut that up there.
very
that-
interesting place.
Yeah.
Mm.
So anything after that stood out to you? No, obviously there's been a lot of. Actually, here's one for before we continue on. Do you have fun memories? A PRI.
No,
I was gonna say that.
It's
Jesus.
all shit.
no, no.
Boring.
Any investigation, any public investigation, any drive, any road
Yeah.
trip, anything, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah, it's just, there's always a laugh, like, you know, it's,
We come home, like, I bring headache tablets and all because I know from laughing and I'm going to get a
Laughing,
headache.
Chris.
What?
I'm going to get a headache from laughing.
I
It's not
bring
from listening
earplugs,
to you.
so just don't listen.
I bring earplugs.
So I bring headache tablets. Billy brings earplugs.
Chris just brings his voice.
I just bring myself.
Yeah.
When you're
Well-
stuck in a car for hours with Chris, and hours and hours
Great.
and hours,
Thanks, Jack.
It's great.
that is brilliant.
Thanks, Jack.
No, but
It is,
it's
it's fun.
just, yeah, everything, really.
So now the next question: where is on your list? If you had to pick a place tomorrow, free jets, free flight, everything, where is the number one place worldwide you'd love to get into to have an investigation?
That is a difficult question.
There's so many places.
Yeah, no, but see, that's the thing. What jumps to mind? What's the first thing that jumps to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind to me is the national parks in America.
Okay, go a little bit into that.
Oh,
Sorry.
Go a little bit into that. Why would you pick them?
I spend a lot of time reading and looking into missing people cases. Now, this isn't especially paranormal, but well,
it is.
anything.
It's
Well, paranormal means anything that's
outside the norm.
outside the norm,
This is
yeah.
in
Yeah.
the States. The cave network map. Did you ever see
Yeah.
that cave network map in the
But,
States? It's crazy.
That would jump to mind first, and then yeah, there's
You're talking about like,
hundreds.
what's that? Isn't there a couple of, what's that called?
Missing 411.
Yeah.
Mm.
That is actually interesting. There's like, I've seen a few shows on that. And like that, I would class that as paranormal.
So would
Yeah.
I. Yeah, yeah. Paranormal doesn't just mean a ghost.
Yeah.
But that really,
It's something that's not normal.
Yeah.
and after that,
Like what place? Like what building?
You're looking
Ju-
for just like one building.
Yeah, what kind of building jumps? Like a build or structure?
Jesus, it's there's
What jumps to mind?
a lot.
If you had free entry into anywhere and everything was covered, all the equipment you could need, what's the first thing that jumps into your head that you want to investigate?
That's a
You're
very
killing him
difficult
there,
question.
Chris. You're killing him.
I'm gonna keep asking until he answers me.
I have a bucket list of hundreds.
Give me one off it.
Yeah, just pick one. Just only wants one.
What jumped into your head? There has to be something.
Marie Laveau
Okay.
Oh,
The
that's
Voodoo
over
Queen.
in.
Our house.
in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
It is our house. It's a happy
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
She lived, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
That would be up there.
Okay.
And all the different. There's loads of cemeteries in New Orleans that have loads of stories and
Okay.
That's all big voodoo, isn't it?
voodoo,
Yeah.
kind of black
The
magic.
voodoo that you do.
Yeah.
That would
Okay.
that would jump in there, but then like kind of paranormal, you'd be thinking the big ones kind of in America, you know, like was it Waverly Hills is Ireland, places like that. But
Yeah, I love seeing
So let's say the investigating, Jake, would you be down the route of the paranormal or cryptozoology or supernatural? Like, what route would you class yourself
Ufology.
as having your interest in?
well, number one would be demonic exorcisms, possessions, all that. Would
Yes.
100% be number one. After that, we might do an episode on a thing called the Sierra tapes,
Oh, yeah.
which
You're talking
is
about.
something that I've looked into greatly.
This is
And-
something that Jake was just talking about just before
Yeah.
this
No,
episode went
it's
on.
very, very interesting.
is-
We're
that
gonna do
is
an
actually
episode on
really
that. So yeah, that's
interesting.
kind of. Some people say that that's could be like cryptids. Some people say paranormal. Kind of when you analyze it, you have to come up with your own kind of theory.
Yeah, which route it goes down.
But number one would be demonic kind of.
Mm.
Why, Jake? What grasps your interest in that?
Well,
Excuse me, my demonic voice there for a second.
a big thing that interests me about that is the hundreds, thousands of exorcists in the world the schools, the exorcist schools, the likes of Gabriel Amort, the likes of Malachi Martin, who devoted their whole life to demonology. And it's like, if they're devoting their whole life to it, it can't just be all made up and fake, surely. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
We actually did 2 episodes on it. If new people are listening, you can go back and listen to them.
Demonology, yeah.
We done a good in-depth conversation. We all did on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting.
But it
Interesting.
is, as he says, he's got a point. If there's thousands of exorcists, and like they can't, like, what are, like, it can't all be fake, you know.
No, it's like there's like millions of Christians and Catholics and all that, believe in just the Bible.
Yeah.
And if you believe in the Bible, you kind of have to believe in demons.
Well, all religious faiths
Mm.
have a demon of some type or another. Anyway.
Yeah.
Every single.
So that is very interesting. I read a lot of books about it. There's people don't hear about it, but there's cases of demonic kind of happenings that happen in people's everyday lives.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there any particular case that really interests you?
Oh well, I'm currently reading a book of cases in Ireland. Now it's not, all the names and locations are different to keep
Anonymity.
privacy, anonymity. But yeah, like there's just hundreds of cases where it's these people their lives are getting ruined. They need to seek help of exorcists, and it works.
Mm.
And it's kind of grasping how that works.
Would you like to attend an exorcism? In the hypothetical sense now, I don't mean. Would you, like, say if you had done all your buddy and all that kind of stuff, would you actually... I'm trying to get into... I don't mean you're going to go down the road and walk into it, do you know what I mean? I'm trying to... Hypothetically, would you... Have you heard all the stories of what can happen and what does happen at these...
I would, yeah. I would
Would you?
sit in, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
would.
What's the goal for Jake Barco going forward with PRI? What can you offer us?
Sweets, money.
Beer. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
God, I don't know now.
On his new team.
Sitting here on the couch.
But no, what is, like, would you have an idea, or do you want to keep going to where we're going, or?
I'd love to go at the podcast and get it, popular, and
Okay.
I definitely would like to do that.
Down that route.
We're going to America in September. What are your thoughts on that?
Can't wait, obviously.
Yeah.
Gettysburg. Gettysburg is, I mean, every step you take in Gettysburg, there's history, like.
Yeah.
Every inch of the ground is history. And as I said, I love history, so even without all the paranormal, I'd be mad into the history.
You joined myself and Tina last year with the Paracon as well, the Warren's Paracon, and I think I said the same question to Tina. We eventually got there, when we walked in through the door, what was your initial thoughts?
Initially, it was just like, right, we're here.
Yeah.
That kind of way. But obviously, it was the Warren's Paracon.
Yeah.
There was a lot of the Warrens. What do you call it? Artifacts. Yeah, that's the word. There was a lot of the artifacts there that I spent lots of time on, reading about.
Yeah.
Watching things about, studying and all, and then you're just kind of in front of it, and you're like, well.
Yeah, because that's what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were kind of just saying, like, you read it, like, everyone, well, I won't say everyone, but a lot of people know the story behind the Annabelle doll and who Annabelle, all that kind of stuff is, but it's when you get there and stand in front of the doll, you're going, oh. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I just kind of took it in, I just had a good look.
Was there any artifacts there that you hadn't seen before?
Oh, there was loads, yeah. The Satanic Idol, there was even ones that I hadn't even heard about.
Yeah.
There was the piece off the plane.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
that? There was
Flight 4. Oh, jeez, I can't remember.
yeah.
Put me on the spot, Jack. I can't remember the exact number, but no, that was
It was just
something
it
that
was
was very
Was that
interesting.
apparently haunted as well in some aspect?
The what? Sorry.
The piece of the plane.
Yeah. So now, if I'm thinking of the same story, I could be completely wrong now because the two of you put me on the spot now. But it was a plane that crashed, killed a number of people, unfortunately. But I think they used parts out of that plane for other planes.
Oh, okay.
And then the other planes that they used it in, and they start seeing like apparitions of
Okay.
Now, hand up, I'm not sure if that's the same exact story. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's what it is. Is that? Do you know, Jack? Or you wouldn't know?
the piece of the plane that was there crashed in the Florida Everglades.
I think that is the same. I think that's the same one.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but listen,
Yeah.
open to interpretation.
Yeah, all of them were so interesting, and then obviously there were some that I didn't know about, and I could look into it afterwards. So it was great.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The event itself was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Ah, it was brilliant. Just the experience, like I would have never got that chance if I wasn't on PRI. Do you know what I mean? Or involved with PRI.
That's exactly what I was going to get to next. Because I know my answer to this. I know what my answer is, and I have no problem giving it. Would you consider yourself lucky?
100%.
Yeah. Would you consider yourself lucky, Billy?
Absolutely, yeah.
Would you, Tina? Tina, wake up.
Notice the long pause.
Tina, wake up.
No, I do.
No,
Consider
you
me-
do.
I'm just going to edit out the you do bit.
Just leave it. No.
Yes, I do, because it's all the memories.
Yeah.
Like I do. I feel
Yes.
I'm very lucky because it could have went either way. Could have left
Yeah.
the last team I was on and just left it.
Yeah.
Should there be none of us then? There'd be none
Yeah.
of this.
And
So
just for anybody that's listening to this podcast, I just want to one little disclaimer. You guys can't see us, but Tina is rocking a serious pair of slippers.
Yeah. Just Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
We won't go into them.
They're
They're
actually
abnormal.
cool.
What?
they're cool.
And my answer, just to
well.
clarify, would be I consider myself very lucky to be on.
Oh,
PRI.
sorry, Chris.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
He
Sure,
was
everyone
blown
always-
away with my slippers.
Everyone always seems to forget about me for some reason, but anyway.
But
Do you class yourself as lucky?
yeah, that's what you said,
100%.
In what way,
100%.
Chris?
In always, because always, because surrounded by good people, we've met awesome people along the way, and we've been very lucky to get into a lot of very cool locations, and we've made like even like the opportunity to get into that Warren's Paracon was phenomenal. So
And we've made great friends on our way
Exactly.
of people that come to the publics,
100%.
haven't we?
100%.
Coolest people.
So I do consider myself very lucky.
And then week
Yeah.
after week, when you'd meet these people, you know them by first name and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But as you were saying, lucky, it's
Oops.
you were saying, as I said, the history aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like I've got every historic kind of site in Ireland, we've got the chance to go into it. Nearly.
Yeah,
Do
it's
you know what I
great.
mean?
And into
It's
places
unbelievable.
that nobody else is able to.
There's places we can't even say that because
You'd be
we were
bursting
we were
to say
we were
that.
let in and they said not to tell anybody. But it's just imagine, just the people, like you hear about these big stories in the paranormal world, and then like we're just talking to the people who would be involved
yeah.
in them over in America and you know, hanging around with them. And you know what I mean? Like it's just a
unbelievable.
mad experience.
What advice would you give to someone starting off?
That's a good one, yeah.
Don't
From a
be-
Jake Parker point of view, what would you say to them?
keep an open mind.
Okay.
Read books.
Okay.
In my opinion, would be read books. Read all types of books, even books that you think might be gimmicky
Yeah.
and that you might not necessarily 100% believe in. Read it, get an understanding of it, because every method and every aspect, you know, has to be taken into account in the
Yeah, it
paranormal.
opens your mind.
You have to stay
Mm.
open-minded.
Yeah.
You have to, yeah. That'd be the main thing, yeah.
I do have one question, and it just genuinely just popped into my head, and I have to ask it to see. Well, we are interviewing you, I suppose. Is there anything? This seems like a job interview. Is there anything you could improve on? Was there something like? No, I don't. Obviously, non-personal or anything like that. But was there anything where you'd see yourself because, geez, I'd like to do a little bit better on that, or learn more about that, or something? Do you know what I mean?
Well, I can't talk in front of a group of people.
Oh,
I
really?
just-
Okay.
I just public speaking is
Yeah. I think you've got better at it.
Jake, I've been to some of your publics and brilliant, like, honestly.
just
They're
the,
really good.
the whole, I don't know, the whole lead up to it is the killer.
Yeah.
But I mean, once
It's just the nerves, is it?
yeah,
the
once,
nerves,
once
yeah.
it's going, I feel like it's fine.
Would you agree with that? I think he's got better at it.
Oh, I think you're much better than what you were.
But even we were over in America, we got a chance to speak at a library, and
You
I
spoke.
was dreading it. Like,
Mm.
you
Spoke
would-
well,
I don't know why, but I was just dreading it. But then once you're sitting there, it's fine.
Sure, you're in
even-
charge of the slideshow as well.
Yes, and then we had a bonfire with a load of like local people, and we were telling kind of Irish folklore stories. And even then, I was kind of like, oh, I can't say it, and like, but it's fine once you get going. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But that's a part I'd like to improve on.
Yeah. No, but listen, I think you've got better anyway,
I
definitely.
feel like, and you said something that I could learn more. I feel like you never stop learning.
That's
in the
a
paranormal.
personal journey, but I think
Yeah.
you're doing great at that anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like forever in the paranormal, you're going to be learning.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's always something new to
Yeah,
consider or
yeah,
look at. Yeah,
100%.
absolutely.
That's just who you are, though. That's your trait, and that's the way it works for you. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm. And then Wayne's on the team since the very, very start. Public speaking isn't for him, and
Yeah.
there's no way he would do public speaking. Like that would he'd rather eat
Oh,
razor
yeah.
blades than do public
Even
speaking.
at the start of the podcast, I couldn't string a sentence, even though you're sitting in a room with 4 people.
That you
They've
know.
been around for years. Do you know, even that was difficult to
Hard.
string a sentence. You'd start talking and then you'd be,
You get brain freeze.
yeah, it's just your brain just stops.
You can't even be thinking
Yeah.
about words.
But yeah, no, I would like to improve on that. But
Words.
Mm.
Hate
over
words.
time,
Over time.
yeah. And
You're
then-
you're actually going to do a podcast on behalf of the team soon.
Mhm.
And that'll be the first time that you're joining somebody
Yeah,
on a podcast. That'll be interesting.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah,
Mm.
It's just a general, is it?
yeah.
Ah, very good.
General
Chris
podcast,
is like, yeah.
Need any advice? Let me know.
I got a private message on the Instagram asking me to come on.
Mm.
So.
Sure, why not?
Himself, not me, not you, not Billy, him.
That's
all
it's my
good.
fake account. But
And no better
I'm
man.
looking forward to give that a go anyway. And
That
Are
was
you- are
Chris
you-
sending you that message.
that was me just testing.
Yeah.
Are you going to the place, or are you going to do it like as in recorded here?
No,
No,
I'm going
no.
to them. Yeah, I'm
Brilliant.
going to them.
On your own.
When is it? What time?
A lot of horror movies start like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let everyone know where you
Yeah.
are, Jake.
Like a lot of horror movies start off with the same storyline.
Yeah, I'm going to a
The
podcast.
podcast is in an old, they'll say to Jake, the podcast is in an old warehouse up the mountains, up the Wicklow Mountains.
Well, I'd go anyway.
Bring your back
Yeah, you
details.
would. You would go,
I
Jake.
would go.
Jake will rock up.
But yeah, as well, a lot of people ask me how I'm not scared going into haunted
Yeah.
places.
And why are you not scared?
I don't know. I used to be terrified of watching like even ghost hunters on the telly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know why, but it's just
Jake, I have to say it. The BFG.
What?
He was scared of his life of the BFG.
yeah.
Remember
But what age is
the-
it? Five
the
or something?
the big friendly giant. Jake, you were around 18 now. Stop.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah. That's fair. That's
The
fair.
18th of this month.
But I don't know. Even I couldn't watch horror movies.
That all
I
passed.
couldn't. Even the scare attractions at Halloween. Terrified.
Yeah.
You know what? I hate wasps. Just
Wasps?
what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
what is the point of wasps?
So that all just lifted.
I don't know how. In the last few years, it's all just.
I think because you go to so many locations, you kind of become immune to
I
it.
will
Numbs
say,
you.
I never get nervous at a haunted location or anything like that. But One place I would get a bit freaked out is if I was out in the woods
Yeah.
at night, like.
On your
Same as
own.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you hear a chainsaw starting up in the distance.
Same.
Yeah, but there's a lot of that in Wicklow. Quailshire do be fairly flat out, like, so you have to just keep.
Not at night time though.
He just dropped. He just dropped the mic there, Chris.
I know they do. Forestry goes on at night.
Not at night
It
time.
does,
They
yeah.
do.
They
They don't see
do.
the risk assessment for that.
Fuck's sake.
You've just
But,
ratted them out, Jake.
I'm a lumberjack and I don't care.
Yeah.
As the
But,
fog rolls in.
Yeah, no, the woods would be, but that's just psyching yourself out, I suppose.
What's
Yeah.
that about then? Because did I pass my fear onto him unknowing? Because my fear would be the woods.
Mm.
Terrifies me, the woods.
Your fear should be those slippers you're wearing.
That's our fear, Chris.
Yeah, actually, Billy,
Phobia,
you're right.
actually.
That's your fear.
Slipper phobia, whatever it's
Mine,
called.
it's all about comfort.
Um,
No matter what you wear.
so yeah, you're enjoying it so far anyway, and you're not going anywhere.
No,
Good.
I'm not going anywhere. I couldn't ask for a better setup,
Yeah, it's
to be a part of.
It is quite cool, I have to say.
well, the way we're sitting all now, we're all laid out, no bother on us. But that's me done interrogating. I've no other questions really.
Now, before we finish up, I would like to ask you that if you were doing one of the prisons in Ireland, so Ireland has a lot of prisons, a lot of history, what would be one that you'd like to get into? I know the one I'd like to get into.
Prisons. I'd hope to stay out of them, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it. You're
But,
just working on staying
I'm
out.
just working on staying out of them at the minute. Yes, well, I mean, we got the pleasure to investigate arguably Ireland's most haunted prison for years, so
Mm.
it was good. Obviously, Kilmainham Jail.
Kilmainham was the one I'd like.
Kilmainham's cool.
You'd never get in.
No.
Yeah.
We
But,
just won't.
um,
It's too. It's too soon for them bringing history, and they just won't do it.
Yeah. That's fair enough.
And
We-
Billy, go on. You give a
You
question
did do
now.
Spike Island, so
Oh,
out
jeez.
of all the other prisons, what did you
Well,
think? What's
went
your
down
opinion
the
on
way.
Spike Island?
I loved Spike Island.
Yeah.
Absolutely love Spike Island. Yeah.
Tell the story about you and Billy walking up the hill.
Yeah, me and
Oh yeah.
right. So Spike Island, you have to get a boat over. There's a dock, and then you have to walk up the hill to the prison
With the public.
with the members of the public. Me and Billy said we'd walk at the back. So we were walking at the back, and we saw a few people going into the public toilet, kind of. And we said, "Oh, we'll wait for them."
And as now you can finish this, but I just want to let them know, as Jake said, him and Billy are standing waiting for the members of the public. I'm up the top of the
Yeah.
hill in the buildings,
Starting the investigation.
starting the investigation. So
Me and
back
Billy were
to
probably
you.
standing there for about 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
Probably was 20 minutes.
It was a good long time.
And we were looking at them, being like, "Oh, come on, like we need to get it." And they were looking at us, like, "What are they fucking looking at?" And it turned out that it was just a completely other group of people that were doing like,
They sleep out, they were camping overnight.
doing like orienteering or something.
Scouts or
Yeah,
something.
they
It was
were scouts.
fucking ridiculous.
They went over to a forestry part of the island, and
Yeah.
me and Jake kind of looked at each other and went, "Oh shit."
So we realised that we weren't. We were just kind of standing looking at them for no reason. It
Two
was-
men going toilet.
And there was a few people.
There's a few people, but
We just thought it was part of our group. But
yeah, we didn't even look.
No. So then we
Billy
fairly.
and Jake then
We didn't
Fell up
notice
the
that they were
hill.
already on the island when we got there. That was the
fell in
weird
the
thing.
door.
We fell up the hill laughing.
Came in and I was like an antichrist waiting. Where
Yeah,
did
you
you?
were.
And then but then I heard the story. That was very funny. What was your favourite investigation so far, Jake?
Favorite investigation.
We've had some funny ones in Glenart, haven't we?
Oh god, yeah, Glenard.
Favorite
Shape shifting and just been a lot going on over the years.
You want to know what
Yeah.
now?
Favorite investigation. I did really enjoy Spike Island. Now that you mentioned it,
You actually really like that place. didn't you?
but any investigation with Chris.
Thanks, Jake.
No,
What-
Chris
Whoa.
is over there throwing shapes. 'Cause I'm trying to get
Whoa.
fucking attention.
Chris put his fist up to
But,
Jake there and told him that if he didn't.
No, we don't.
We leave that in and edit everything else after this sentence out.
I really enjoyed Malahide Castle. I don't know if you did, but
Yeah, Malahide Castle was actually.
Malahide
really
Castle
cool.
was cool.
Jake,
Malahide
was
Castle.
you got to go up to the gallery with me, wasn't it? Remember where no one else was allowed up?
yeah,
The really old part. It was you and me went up there. Remember the guy was working in the building and he
Yeah.
brought us up in the castle.
yeah,
That's when I lost my keys that night.
yeah. Like I wouldn't say there's a favorite and not a favorite investigation. I've enjoyed. I have enjoyed them all. You know, just locations that you'd never think you'd be able to get into, and we've got into.
Who do you think is the best investigator? Yeah, right. Since
Ah,
that you.
Chris is just messing now. Come on, me. I think it's me.
Yeah, no, all jokes aside, who do you think the best investigator is?
Who do you
And
think?
you have to live in this house, Jake.
Like who do you?
Bridget. 100% all day. Bridget has a very great way of investigating, and
Well, thanks for listening to this
So
podcast,
you
guys.
have
in this
Absolutely.
room, Jake, who do you think is the best?
Yeah, let's narrow it
investigator?
down.
Not counting yourself. Not counting yourself.
Not counting yourself or Billy. Let me and Chris know. So actually, we're just down to 2 now, Chris.
That's
Between me and
really,
Chris.
like you can't choose though, can you?
Okay, if the building
So-
was on fire and you could only run in and grab one person,
I
would
would
it
have
be
started
me?
the fire, so I'd already be out.
Billy's in the
don't know-
corner.
I don't know
starting
why
it.
Jake is taking this serious and we're all laughing.
I'd if the building was on fire, I'd hop out the window and
Yeah.
not come back.
You love the
No,
You
I
have
EVP,
to
don't
bring
you,
one
Jake?
person.
You do love
Don't
the
answer
EVP.
it, Jake. Don't answer
You
it.
does love the
That's right.
EVP aspect, though. In
Yeah.
fairness.
You don't have to answer that, Jake. But I did
I
drive you a lot of
I
places.
wouldn't go back into a burning building for anyone. But no, Chris, you investigate very. What would you say?
Gimmicky.
I know. Come
Yeah,
on.
Mickey.
You're dead. You're dead. Go ahead, Jake. Sorry.
No, Chris, you have a very unique way of investigating. It's great, and Billy has a way that he investigates. Tina has a way she investigates. You know, there's no better.
Yeah, no.
He's
no,
staying
fair play,
neutral.
no.
Yeah,
He's
good
staying
man, Jake.
No,
neutral.
listen,
I'm just serious.
Genuinely, I was actually messing with that question, but fair play. You know, that's
No, you weren't, Chris.
no, appreciate
He
that.
wasn't messing. He wanted
No,
what
I
I
actually
said.
genuinely was messing.
No, he actually wasn't. This podcast is all about Chris again.
It's not. It's far from it.
I'm only joking.
No, I actually do really agree with that. We do all have our own.
Yeah.
We said it there during the podcast, and we've all different ways of investigating. Oh, by the way, Bridget is a fantastic
Oh, she is.
investigator.
Yep.
Just, and so is Wayne, and Sinead. And who else have I forgotten? Anyone?
That's everybody.
No, that's everyone. Sure, I'm not going above and beyond here. But no, it is. Everyone does have their own style, definitely, 100%. But yeah, I've interrogated you. No, that was actually a joke question.
Personally, I just want to say that Jake is such an asset to the team. Like I know week on week in, week out on the podcast, he doesn't say much, but he doesn't have to, because he knows so much in the background. Like, and he's always giving advice and stuff that we need.
And at least now people can hear him talk.
Yeah, but you know, he's very knowledgeable. Like Jake, and especially if you're out on an investigation with Jake, like you will remember it. Like he's brilliant. He's very knowledgeable.
Now, Jake.
Yeah, thanks.
Now Billy's waiting for you to say he's the best investigator.
Yeah, Billy's investigations are great because you get a bit of time to nap.
Even I do.
Yeah, even
Billy
you do.
does.
I know I'm very lucky the opportunities I've had from being a part of this, the people I've met, the places I've been. You know, it's been great.
It is cool. So you're not looking on leaving us anytime soon then?
No, not yet.
You're not
anyway.
going to spread your wings and start your own team or anything?
Oh, jeez, no. Wouldn't have the head for that. Wouldn't have the head for 10 years of hardship.
It
But,
is. It's hardship.
That's it, though. Yeah, it's
This awkward silence now.
Yeah.
anything else?
Anything else?
I'm
answer
done.
anything.
I'm finished.
I think, yeah, it's brilliant. I think Chris got a lot of questions
Got
in.
my interests and all out, so that's
Yeah.
good.
No, it was good interview. But I think it comes really across as well. We have a lot of laughs together.
We do.
Mm.
And that's one of the, as we said earlier, we're very lucky, and that's one of the reasons we're very lucky as well. We can actually have a laugh,
Yeah.
and we can have a joke around with each other and all that. You know what I mean?
Oh, we do.
We all know nobody's serious, you say.
Oh yeah.
But it goes like, you know, you're there for hours in the car and hours
Yeah.
investigating, and you know, Halloween used to be
It's
Manic.
Halloween.
2 nights every weekend, and
I
you have
know.
to get on with people that you're doing it with, or
Of
it's just
course.
not, you're not going to enjoy
You'd
it.
kill each other.
We've all got each other's backs. That's the main
Yeah.
thing. As well.
But no, listen, I think I've interrogated you enough. As I said there earlier, I've no more questions for you now,
That's
Jake.
all right.
This is the heading for the next podcast: the interrogation of Jake.
Yeah. Ina, you any more questions?
No, I just want to say, do you have anything to add now, Jake?
No, I feel like I got everything out. I wanted to talk about my interests and all, and got to talk about them. So
And it's nice for people to get to know who's in the background and foreground, and you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
100%.
They'll be able to get to know each of us.
Our little
Yeah.
personalities and our little quirks.
Yeah.
And then Jake has been doing a lot of, with Billy as well, but a lot of work backstage on podcast. So you enjoy doing that on the team?
Yeah, I do. I do be checking all the statistics and
He lets us
seeing-
know if people are listening, and
Yeah.
trying to
It's
get
brilliant.
all the stuff. And
That
And he
one
does the
listener.
producing
Yeah,
of the
O'Shea.
podcast.
That one listener, O'Sheen, is it?
yeah,
Oh,
Fair
yeah.
play, O'Sheen, thank
And he
you.
produces it, he records it and stuff for us, and he does a great job on it. So,
and
He
Billy
does.
does the editing.
yeah, edited in.
which is very hard. So fair play.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
Love
it.
it.
We'll wrap it up.
We shall wrap this one up. So thanks for everybody for listening again. So from myself, Tina.
Bill.
Jake.
Chris, and as always, guys, stay spooky.
You have been listening to Paranormal Researchers Ireland podcast. Intro and outro music, Nothing to be Scared of by Kakuru. Main theme background music, Embolism by Ethan Sloan. Intro, outro and main theme music and sound effects sourced through the Epidemic Sound app. PRI podcast recorded and produced by Jake and edited and mixed by Bill using Adobe Audition. We hope you enjoyed our podcast, so why not join us for our very next Supernatural podcast coming very soon.